Hi, John here. Today is Sunday the 21st of December 2014. Just going to let you know what I'm doing next with Cook Street property, 1 bar 61 Cook Street, Auckland City, with James Brown and Simon Roundtree. They're the owners there. Message to you. I'll be coming to see you next week to bring you a notice that we are challenging the title off you with our lawyer, and you already know you've got a problem with the title from Mark Hornibrock and Andrew MacDonald, lawyers, who conveyanced the title transfer from Douglas Rickard Bell to you, the new owners. That's why we had a caveat, a lapse of caveat over the property, as the original landowners of these titles. All these titles in Auckland are British titles, with the John Rogan, judge, and also the Rogan family in the lawyers and surveyors in the Kaipara Harbour for these Auckland titles. So I'm in the Rogan family. I'm the Rogan, Wanoa, here in Britain, in England as English. I'm going there permanent, shifting from here onto Devonport, King William IV property in Plymouth, England, to seize that property. As soon as I finish seizing this one off you, two people, you'll have to prove, or go back, you can't prove really, that you've got that title clear and searched out for other interests. Okay, so our interests are unregistered interests. There is such a thing in 2008, the reformed 1952 Land Transfer Act, section 145, and also section 145A. The requirement at the time was that the Maryland Court and LINZ, on their changing of the titles from paper titles to electronic, computer generated titles. Okay, so you weren't around to know that, or none of you know that, if you're not a real estate agent or know anything about organic titles or land patent titles, which really meant whose land was it in the first place. Okay, so I'm just telling you a real true story about the land information titles of Australian titles. This is a real statement to the whole world watching this video today. I did a video after going to see my lawyer on Friday, and he's on a holiday at the moment, so we're going to pick up when he gets back on duty, that you, Simon Roundtree, and James Brown, your car park businesses, and you're not property developers like how I am. Okay, with our Wanoa constructions in concreting and buildings high-rise. That's me and my brother. Okay, with the then Mainzeal Construction Limited Company, main contractors. Okay, so I know a thing or two about properties and high-rise buildings for that matter, and don't argue. Anyway, that property LINZ has supposed to put our lapse of caveat notice was 14 days and register it how I wanted it to. So paid the fees, got the receipts, got everything. I knew everything about that property, being in real estate in Remuera and Harvey's Real Estate, okay, and New Zealand Realties Limited in Epsom, okay, at the time of Winston Peters. I was in the New Zealand First Party as the candidate for Epsom. Christine Fletcher at the same time, and Gavin Logan took over from me. as the candidate. Okay? So I know a bit of thing or two about politics in the middle of all of this. That's why I'm going to Westminster, straight in there, as surrogate King of England. Okay, so that's all over this title. All of those things I'm mentioning about who's who in titles and the banking instruments. You see, I went to the bank. You see, I'm watching what the bank does. The British are watching the bank. The British are watching you. How you do transactions, your business, and the Queen's business, and the Business Round Table changed its name to New Zealand Intuition Limited in capitals. Okay, so it's no different from you, Simon Roundtree and James Brown, making your company City Works Depot Limited in capitals. That's what you've got in the company's office registered, with your office in Shortland Street. And the council and Lynn's have got City Works Depot Limited in small letters. You see, to fool everybody, because that's a normal person. And you've got yours in personam, corporation person. So I'm a corporate person, both sides. So it's me and you. Now, that's why I'm directing this video especially to you, because I'm going to read you out a letter of what I've written to Victoria, state government in Australia, where you get your authority, and John Key, government from there, and they want to crawl back to Westminster, where I'm going, and I'm telling Alex Salmon here, Alex Salmon on here, Alex Salmon. I'm just trying to make him go there. Alex Salmon, okay, the first Prime Minister of Scotland, going back in Westminster to boot them all out. Okay, so I'm telling him right now, online, on Facebook, stop Victoria State Government from using Queen Victoria as their monarch after the Queen, Elizabeth Windsor, has left you all in the dark without a paddle. That's what I said to my lawyer. Who are you swearing your oath to? No answer. You see, I got him. Stuck to me, bound to me in the crown, bound to me as a corporate and as a normal chief of these lands, the actual real owner of these lands. Okay, that's what I'm telling you. He said to me, where do you get your authority from? I said, I am the authority. Right, you do what I say. You do what I say. I'll pay you for doing what I say. So now he makes a contract, right? He makes a contract and he puts that he'll be paid out of the pound note that I put together. Okay, so you Tayak Choi. That's a letter to him, see? So you'll get one of these too. You see all these seals all over it? That's King William, okay? And the Moai statue. You see King William there. I'm just telling you. And Geoffrey Foley there, HRH Geoffrey Foley there. That's another king. There's a second king. Right, three kings. Robert the Bruce, Scottish. Robert the Bruce II. Three kings you're up against now. And I'm just telling Alex Salmon, he's the Bruce lot, and I'm the Rogan lot in England, on England land. With the Queen gone now, she's gone, uplifted the Treasury, Queen Victoria Treasury, and taken off with it. Now we're going after them. Three kings in Alex Salmon, going after all that and all these land here, and the land you're on. You see, you're going to have to come up with something, otherwise, if you tamper with these titles, you're going to get hooked too into the contract of Doug Rickard Bell. If you open your mouth and say anything, I'm just saying to you, you'll have 7 days to get off that land. Okay, that's what I'm saying. That's an order from me. You'll have to go back to your lawyer and talk to your lawyer to talk to Mark Hornibrook and Andrew MacDonald. They were the lawyers for Jamie Peters in the first place when I did that title for Jamie Peters. Okay, so the council's denying that I had anything to do with the proprietors at the time was Jamie Peters. Well, I was going to their office all the time, and they gave me the instructions and the titles to go and search it out because they knew I'm in real estate. And so I did, until I came across, hello, they were in trouble. And that's when they backed out, but too late. I've already got them. Then, Jamie Peters got into trouble, 300 million, okay? 100 million he owed the bank, the West Bank. I'm telling you a true story. And then, he asked me to give him a hand. And so away I went with all the documents. No trouble for me in being a broker in the banks. That's why I go in the bank and tell the bank how to run a business in the bank, because I know what the bank does. Okay, being in broking myself. Anyway, Jamie Peters was using Hornibrook and McDonald lawyers. And then when I searched out Doug Rickard Bell, the crook from Australia, right from Australia, this Victoria thing in New South Wales, right, the crook, he was using the same lawyer. You see, the same lawyers. And then he brought over Don Grant out of retirement as the Land Surveyor General to come here and forge the title on that land block you're sitting on, the road going through the middle. You see, that's how they got rid of the investors. All those investors and us. They dumped them into that road, and that, Don Grant, you're in real trouble, all of you. Put the titles into that, made a new title out of the old title, forged the surname, the signature, right, of Seymour, the signature, and transferred all the interest into the road and discharged it all, then gave it to Doug Rickard Bell. That's why he sold it for less, because he knew he's in trouble. Now you bought it for less, because somebody would have bought it for more than the government valuation of $55.5 million. Okay? So you bought it for 35 million. You see how crooked you guys are. You're going to own up to all of that. I'm going to take it off you because I am the real owner, and because the offence is more than just a offence for not putting my name on the title and the Manukau, because the Rogans married the Manukau and the Rogans married the Wanoas. Okay? The birth certificate says so, 1830, 1834. The birth certificates that I gave the bank, they know. Because Julie Sewell says to me, John, you're going to make a lot of people nervous. Well, there must be something wrong if you're all nervous. You see? So I'm just telling you, you better clear off. Because if you don't, you're going to get hooked on with the bill and it'll be double to 10 billion. I'm just making this statement. There's already 5 billion owing on it now against the pound notes that the bank is holding. The lawyer's got a bank note of 2.517800 billion pound notes ready up against you guys, and everybody until that full amount is recovered. Okay, so the lawyer is now going to recover just 10 million of it, because I said stop right there, I'll get the rest. Okay, because it costs too much money, $400 an hour for him to do it, and it cost me nothing for me to do it, for the shareholders. Okay, all the money I'm going to get back goes to the shareholders and all the people who join us around the world, not just here. Everywhere the Queen's head is. You see, you two, the lawyer still got the Queen above his head on the wall as a Queen's Counsel. No Queen there. No Queen. You hear me? Did you hear? Alex Shannon, did you hear, Alex? No Queen. And she's the CEO now, because we got proof from Elizabeth Windsor Craig. She got a video online, YouTube, 7th of December, stating clearly that the Queen is the CEO, and even George Lees, the professor, right, in England, is joining us when we go there, okay, to pull them all in and hang them, if we want to, under this King's William's Hanging in Chains Act. We are using his acts at 1830 to 1837 on these blocks of land because we've got the flag that says so. That is the bank trading contract liens, mortgage liens, flat, okay? It's the Admiralty. And the bank knows I know Admiralty. So these land there where you are is British title over Lynn's titles. Okay, that's what I'm saying. We seize it, you get your money back from Andrew MacDonald and Mark Hornible. They're liable to return it to you. That's what I'm telling my lawyer, to tell your lawyer, go and get your money back because I'm taking that land block as soon as you get back on the 12th of January 2012. You're expected to be out of there. Okay, I've got new tenancy agreements from Britain. Okay, because we are a dual government, Maui, Crown, Federal State of Admiralty of King William IV, surrogate king, is running our government in Westminster because the Queen took off and left it vacant position for me to move in. I've claimed the King of England ahead of King William, Prince William, whatever you want to call him, Prince George, and Prince Harry, Prince Charles cannot be King of England because she snapped off all of your sovereignty and snapped Queen Victoria with her. Because why? Because a fraud has been committed. A fraud has been committed by the Rothschilds, bank mafia family, the kids of Victoria and Rothschild. All those kids are running around the world with this mafia, and Prince Andrew got caught in it, taking all the spoils of gold and contraband in HM Customs on the ships with our flag. Okay, with our flag. Now, we're going to pull the flag off them and pull everything off the Queen and put it back in the King's bench. Title ownership, right? No more King George's. Off. Because of the corrupted Queen Elizabeth II, now CEO. I'm going to go you as a CEO and me as a monarch to arrest you as a monarch. Me, Rogan, English, not German like you, English on English soil, and Westminster is all the acts that you use to take over to EU Parliament is going to get booted. You're going to get the bill, right? EU Parliament, you're going to get the bill because all the acts of Admiralty in the will comes out of King William on Devonport. That's where I'm going. I'm shifting to Devonport. I'm going to seize this Devonport here. That's King William's title. And Plymouth, New Plymouth, over here in New Zealand, is the same ones there in England. Those are the titles that you fellas, the Business Roundtable, New Zealand Business Roundtable, has been screwed. The people of the world running your business scam here in New Zealand on my land blocks. Okay, I'm talking for all the Hapus and the chiefs up at Waitangi who signed the documents. You've seen enough of that. Right, so I'm going to read you the letter. This is directed to you, Chris Williamson here, and you've got no monarch, and Jerry Mataparai Andrews, the Governor General, you've got no Queen. You have no Queen. Even Australia, the Governor of Victoria, Alex Chernoff, Alex Chernoff, you have no Queen. Why? It's because the 23rd of December you're going to go and open your new Parliament, 58th Parliament in Victoria, on behalf of America, Canada, New Zealand and Britain, the old Britain, not the new one, not the 2015 May next year one, but the old one that's sitting there rampant in fraud and getting caught. You're going to get the bill, a lot of you. So, Alex Chernoff, you are the Governor of Victoria, the title that came from England, from Devonport. All of you people who were pirates in Australia are still pirates, pirating. You're not going to get Queen Victoria as your monarch from Westminster, because I'm just cutting you off with Alex Salmon here online. Okay, I've just got him now. I'm just sending things through to him. And so on Facebook. Everything on Facebook is admissible evidence in the High Court of Admiralty in London. Okay, so everything I do is online. You can see the court I use is on Facebook. You see, they let me use it. So don't be fooled by anything else other than that authority. You haven't got any authority higher than that, even for 5 billion. You can't, the judges here can't do that. They'll walk out if I walked in the court. That's what I said to the lawyer. Waste time, waste of time. Waste of time going into court, because the judge hasn't got anything higher than that. Okay, now you're in trouble over here with this land block, because the governor and the Speaker of the House, Fife, Elizabeth Fife, she's the Speaker of the lower house of legislature assembly, okay, and Brian Atkinson is the legislator council in the upper house of Lords. Where the hell they're going to get their Lords? There's no more Lords now, because I'm the King of England, and you don't need any Lords anymore, because I'm speaking for King William, and reinstated as of now. I'm just making their statement quite clear to New Zealand. You have no jurisdiction over what I say from now straight to Westminster, because there ain't no connection between you and Westminster, where you get your authority from for your admiralty. Okay, and the titles, the mortgages are admiralty, nothing else. Okay, that's the highest law in the world. So I'm going to read you this letter to the Governor of Victoria, Australia. Okay, here goes. Admiralty Court Martial, Jurisdiction Sworn Affidavit. Attention, Alex Chernoff. Dear Alex Chernoff, I write to you expressing our King William IV Admiralty Court Martial Law, Jurisdiction and State Ruling Authority is superior law of Westminster and Constitution of 1835 Acts of Moai Crown, King William IV, Devonport, England, King's Bench, High Court of Admiralty, over what is now a Victoria State Government with no monarch, sovereign, legitimate Queen of England jurisdictions of Admiralty. She removed her Queen title from Britain, no longer Queen of England, but a CEO of her own international private corporations. Names: Washington DC, Buckingham Palace, Her Majesty the Queen in right of Australia, New Zealand, Canada, Britain. HM Treasury, Queen Victoria Trust Fund. Those are her private corporations where she stacked the money on our behalf as beneficiaries here in New Zealand. We are the beneficiary of that trust, of Queen Victoria's Trust. We're seizing. Alex Salmon, we're seizing. Okay? Okay, mate? We're seizing. With this pound note. Doesn't matter where the gold's hidden, the British military will go and get it. We pay them. We're paying the sheriffs here in New Zealand. We're paying in pound notes. The bank knows they're going to buy our pound notes, £1 trillion at a time. Mr. Simon Roundtree and James Brown, take note. So, where are we? Right, she is controlling Westminster at the moment from the EU Parliament, so that's a threat. It's a threat on the British people who really thought she was there for them. Well, she's not. So I'm telling you, silly people, she's not. She was only there for her and her George family. So we're sacking all the King George first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and Queen Victoria and her off the land of England. Okay, you two? She's controlling Westminster Parliament from EU Parliament in Brussels as a defaulted, convicted criminal murderer accused by citizens for her fraud crimes of church and state charged in the World Court. Okay, ITTCS, okay, have charged her. And we have as well, not in the World Court, we don't have to go to the World Court. We've got our own court in Devonport, England, the High Court of Admiralty and the Parliament and the government of King William IV. Okay, I'm just setting that up, Alex Salmon, mate, he's coming over to, and Nicola Sturgeon. I'm inviting them over to Devonport when I get there and set up. I'm going there to seize that place. okay, and set it up as the authority over the will. Alright? That's the authority over the EU Parliament. Okay? Has a right. I better read this through. Has arrest warrants on her, the will court. I have warrants as John Kahaki Wanoa, King William the Fourth Surrogate King of England, Scotland, Ireland, Hanover and Aotea, New Zealand and Maui Pacific Islands under our doctrines of discovery titles, Maui, God's grace, face, earth, sovereign title, law, L-O-R-E, law, L-A-W, of the land memorials of the statues around the world, including in England. The statue there is our title. That's my Tahitian Wanoa indigenous organic land patents. Patents. It's a patent to the world. Okay, the big statue that Queen Victoria stole in 1865 and took to England. And 1865, right when she lifted it, put it on the Topaz ship, ship, America lost its sovereignty to Queen Victoria. Okay, did you get that? 1865, Queen Victoria stole my own family's Royal Tahitian Wanoa family's statue of God's face and took it to England. That's my title when I get there. That's one of them. Okay, it's to the land. So that's the land patents that I'm using for these documents. But that's why you see the Moai's face there. It's God's law truth, sovereign truth. My word against yours. Okay, Simon? My word against yours. I know the truth. It's up to you to say, I am not true. Well, you better have more than these things to back yourself up. Okay? And you say you're not a property developer. Well, I am. Okay? I am. Engineer. Okay? So I'm going to build that property with my own design straight away. It's not going to sit around like that. It's going to be 115 stories and the best. Okay? The best. Straight up. Got someone ready.